Hello, I am the Goddess of Authenticity and I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to share a little bit about what it's like living with bipolar disorder. In short, I would say for me personally, unmedicated bipolar disorder is scary. And the reason I say it's scary is because there's this element of unpredictability that I don't care for. Some people don't mind it. I do. Another reason bipolar disorder can be scary for me is that on medication, I can still experience those symptoms when I'm not medicated, but add on side effects, which are just fucking ridiculous. Hey, me from the future, just wanted to clarify that when it comes to side effects for medication, I have to make a decision that's right for me. Currently, on one of the medications I take, I get pretty bad tremors. I have a living situation where I can deal with it. Doesn't matter to me. If I were a surgeon or a tattoo artist, having tremors would be a problem. So if you're experiencing side effects, of course, speak to your doctor about it. Um, But what's right for one person isn't necessarily going to be right for another. So it's important to consider your specific circumstances when talking to your psychiatrist about what medication is going to be right for you. And then also being really patient with yourself because this is a process, there's trial and error. Um, Sometimes there's more trial than we want it to be. But that's the journey and that's the reality of mental health is that it takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. So please be patient with yourself and stay on track to get whatever treatment plan is going to be best for you. Another thing I can think of that is not fun is the inability to control my body and also the inability to control my mind, feeling so out of control, doing things that are potentially offensive or harmful to other people, and literally not being able to stop myself. As somebody who really struggles with bipolar depression, that kind of struggle increases my anxiety and depression to a point where it is absolutely unbearable. And I experience a lot of suicidal ideation because of that. On medication, for me personally, I have found some relief. And, if you're struggling with bipolar disorder or you know somebody who's struggling with bipolar disorder, I definitely recommend seeking support, information, guidance from a mental health professional, specifically a psychiatrist or therapist, perhaps who's special focused on bipolar disorder. No offense to primary care physicians, but typically, they don't have the specialized training needed to identify and treat bipolar disorder. I don't know if you can hear Emma. She was just whining because she wants to go outside and play. Um, Anyways, so finding a mental health medical professional that is trained in scratching at the door, identifying and treating appropriately is very important. So if you are a supporter of somebody who has has bipolar disorder, NAMI, National Association for Mental Illness, is a great resource. I will be linking that in the description below. They're wonderful. They're incredible. They have different chapters, so there may be one near you. There's support groups for support, like family and friends. There's support groups for people with bipolar disorder. There's resources for, homelessness or finding a doctor, all kinds of things, grief support groups, stuff like that. So currently in my treatment right now. I am mostly stable on medication, and part of my treatment plan, which some may find funny, some may not, um, is that I have been fostering dogs during COVID. I needed something that was gonna keep me going. I had a service dog that passed away right before COVID hit, and you know, I needed something to literally get me out of bed, and that was, you know, taking care of another creature. So it is. She's eating a bag. She really wants to go outside and play. Um, it has been an honor and a privilege to be entrusted with another being in the form of a dog. And, you know, it takes away some of that crazy. It helps me focus on something that is positive and helpful, and I feel better about myself when I can take care of something. So, you know, part of my treatment is fostering dogs. So, anyways, if you're interested in learning about fostering dogs, I have a video on why I foster, and if you are interested in adopting Emma, I will include a picture. I will put a link in the description with the rescue organization that I go through to foster, and hopefully you guys got something out of that. If you have any questions, specific questions on my experience with bipolar disorder, what coping skills I use in what situations, I'm happy to answer those questions. So just ask. Mostly open about my experience and symptoms, except for if I were to share something that is personal to somebody else. I want to tell my story, not theirs. So if, you know, ask about a specific situation or scenario, I might be a bit general about my experience with that, but I'm happy to share. My hope is to connect with people, you know, educate people on my personal experience. Of course, I'm not a doctor. There are plenty of useful, helpful resources, and yeah. So please let me know if you have questions. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for watching my video.